Good evening. It's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and it is Make It Monday. And tonight I have our 4 projects for class to show you, and I think you're going to love all of them as much as I do. Before I get started on those, though, I want to announce the winners from last week's drawings. As you know, I've been giving away some prizes lately, and I really appreciate you joining me, telling your friends, letting everybody know where to find all the fun ideas. So the ribbon goes to Donna Diller. Congratulations, Donna. The gems go to Charlene Miller Glore. I think that's the right last name there, Charlene. And the designer paper goes to Betty Roberts. So those will be in the mail as soon as I can get to that. So, and then later I'll show you a couple that I have for this evening. So you won't want to just you don't want to leave right away, so that you can make sure you get in for those, okay? The other thing that I want to tell you before we get started, or remind you of, is that May, Stampin' Up! Has a special joining special this month. I sort of said that twice. A joining special this month. And that's to join the company as a demonstrator. Now, if you've heard me before, you know that I say Stampin' Up! Does not require you to do any selling, recruiting, or whatever, but as a demonstrator means that you do have the status to do that if you like to. A lot of my downline and team choose to just buy what they want at a discount, and as long as you have enough sales or orders in a quarter, you can continue to stay active as long as you want to. So there are no what do I want to say? There's no strings attached. There's no requirements to sell any particular amount. Some people choose to just get the kit and leave, but that doesn't happen too often because most people want to be part of the team, the special ideas that you get, things like that, and of course the discount. So the discount lasts as long as you decide to stay. So if you're not sure or you have some questions about that, please contact me right away. You want to make sure you get in. The special this month is you get all of the in colors for free. Now, the kit itself is a great bargain. I mean, it is $99 plus tax, no shipping, for $125 worth of product that you pick. And that's in addition to the free in colors. So all the ink pads, the paper, I think the blends. So almost, I think I heard it's like $90 worth of stuff or more, $80 to $90 worth of product that you get in addition to that. So it's just a great time to join us, and yeah, and then just see what you want to do from there. So just want to encourage you to take advantage of that. A lot of people have at least $90 worth of stuff that they want on their wish list, and why not get it at this great discount and then get all the in colors as well. So, okay. I think that's everything that I wanted to share, and we will pop over and get started with our projects. Okay, our first card is this really nice masculine card. We're going to do that with the Adventurous Sky bundle that comes in the Take to the Sky suite. I'm using the paper, and I'm not using the gems from that suite. Excuse me. So our base cardstock is gray granite, and I'm using some of these beautiful papers from the suite. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to use this side. And this has a nice navy, a lot of nice neutral patterns. And then this one with the planes already printed on it. So that's going to make it quick and easy for us. And then, excuse me, I just choked on my own saliva. So this one I punched from our 2-inch circle punch. And then this one we're going to add just a tiny bit of stamping to it. And I think I might have forgot to bring that. Okay, this is one of my really favorite stamps. I like the grunge look of it. And we're going to just stamp that in Night of Navy and just add a nice pattern to create our own background paper. We'll just do some on the other side here. Might overlap a little bit, but there we go. I see an edge here that I easily do that. I easily miss that edge, and that sort of helps to complete the look. And we will pop that in place. And I sort of want that to go under here, so let me just lift that. Okay, and then last but not least, well, a couple steps, but for our stamping, we're going to add the happy birthday from this set. And I'm going to see if I can keep my head out of the camera and still get this in place. Okay, not fabulous, but we'll take it for now. I might just, you know, sometimes if you don't want something to stick really good, you just tap it on your skirt a little bit or touch it on your skin so that I can actually pull that off and fix that, because it's not as good as I would like it to be. All right, and then we are going to add a gem. And I'm using these swirl gems. They come with the Cafe Latte or whatever adhesive Beck swirl dots. And they're just the size that I want, but they're not quite the color that I want. Now, I think it would be okay, but I decided to use the Dark Cajun Craze and just, well, actually this one's already done, so let's just touch that up a bit. Okay, before we put that on, we're going to put our propellers on. And I just need to add a little glue here. I just thought this added a fun touch. We didn't put an actual airplane on it besides the ones that are printed, but these little propellers are so stinking cute. And I don't have my take your pick tool, so I'm just gonna lift my gem up there and pop him on. So there we go, all finished. I did promise that I'd pop these samples by for you real quick. This card I made on that video that I told you about on Monday the 7th. And you can check that out on my Facebook page. I will try to get it posted on my YouTube channel as well. Just doing these real quick because I showed them on that video. This is another one that's the same as the one that I did on the video. Oops. And then this little pocket card. Okay. Okay, our next project is this gorgeous card, flower card, done with the Spotlight on Nature bundle. And you know how much I love these dies, so we're using those today. We are going to again use a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card as our base. And this is Pretty Peacock. Then we're going to use Lost Lagoon. Don't they go nice together? And let me just scoot this in here. Let's stamp a little bit of a background here with the leaf from this set. The leaves, I should say. And we'll just pop those around the edge. I just love these two colors together. All right, I think that's probably enough of that. Put that aside. Well, actually, let's just go ahead and glue that down. This adhesive is almost empty, and it's probably going to run out on me. Oh, no, it's not. And this is this piece is 3 3/4 by 5, so you can see a little bit more of the peacock around. That's not how I wanted to put that. Should look at my sample as I'm doing this, right? This is just a little bit different. An offset. Again, you can see more of the paper there. The next piece is our Let me see if I can find it here. No, I saw it. This is from a retired paper set that I used a lot of, and I can't remember what it's called. It just retired, but I had enough of this to add this touch that I didn't have to make my own little background paper for that. So that's sort of a pool party. So these are all monochromatic colors. We are going to add a little bit of Old Olive to this because Old Olive goes beautifully with all of these colors. And so this is a stamp that's all in one. Got a little fuzz on there. Now this might be one that I might cut the flowers off, but it's not too hard to just pop in here and ink. If you use the edge of the pad that's the closest to the edge here so that you can see it, and then I'm just gonna bring it up here and try not to get it all over the flower. If I get a little bit, I'm not too concerned because pool party, I'm going to go ahead and make that flower, that little tiny flower is going to be green. Okay. Too bad for it. And then I'm going to use Pretty Peacock for the two large flowers here. So they're really easy to just pop some ink on there. I think I got the edge of this. It's a little hard to tell because it's so beautifully designed. Has all of the what do I want to say? All the coloring in that you don't need to color the set, which is why I think I love it so much. Quick and easy. I did miss that bit. I thought I did. All right, I'll come in with a pen and fill that in if I need to, but it doesn't look terrible. I am going to add a few little dots. This little grunge speckled thing comes in the set, and I'm going to just stamp them off a little bit. So you just see the pollen flying around, right? So if you have a lot of allergies, you might not want to use that stamp just because it will make you think too much of what you're dealing with outside right now. We'll pop on a few dimensionals. It's a pretty large circle, so I am going to add 5 there so that it will pop up evenly. Let's get rid of these toppers. All right, now we'll throw this on, and then we have one more thing to stamp, and that's our tag. And I did cut that with our retired tag stamp set, and we're going to turn it this way. I am going to use my Whisper White ink pad, which I just re-inked, so I think it will be good enough. Usually, if you haven't used it in a little bit, you'll want to re-ink it so that it's good and juicy. There, that should be good. And then we just want to tie our ribbon. This is our Pretty Peacock and Gold woven ribbon that carried over from, I believe, the Spring Mini Catalog. I'm just going to sit that on there. And I want this to pull together, but I don't want it to be real bulky, so I don't want to tie the ribbon, even though it's fairly fine, but it's wide enough that it will make some bulk. So I need a clipboard so that I can hold everything in place as I tie this on here. It might be easier to stick it on your card and then try to tie it, but I would like a bow here, so let's see if we can make that happen. There we go. So a little bit of our white cord, white baker's twine, and then we will put, this white takes a while to dry because it is a craft ink, so I don't want to be touching that or touching it to something. And let's get the right card back in here. And we'll just tuck this in place here. I choked on my saliva a while ago. Now I'm still dealing with that. I did want to stamp the inside for you, just because it's a dark card, and I did use, I just want to use this again. This leaf is so, so beautiful. And will look pretty inside of there. And so that can dry for a second, let's go ahead and just put a little adhesive here. I use the Seal Plus, in case you didn't know. I like it. It's my favorite. Easy to use, sticks really well. You notice I don't have to use a lot, and everything stays in place. And I think that I might have forgot my gems, but you get the point here. I added some little gems there. Bring that up a little bit so you can see. Okay, and then I do have some other cards. You've seen them in previous videos probably that I did with this set. I'm not sure if you've seen this one. I just basically put that together from some scraps that I had using our new peach pie paper. This is all some of our in colors with pecan pie and petunia pop, summer splash. There's all three of the pinkish ones. So this stamp set is another one of my favorites. So you get to use a lot of my favorites this month. Next project is this really fun summary card using our Seaside Wishes stamp set and bundle. And I just want to make sure that you get to see all of the detail in this gorgeous sand dollar here. And I'll show you how I did that. So this is our stamp set, our die set. One of the dies is in here because this is a hybrid embossing folder. So I just cut my petal pink paper, fit it right in there, closed this, ran it through with the gray embossing pad, and boom, it cut it and embossed it at the same time. It is the coolest thing. If you have never tried hybrid, it is the way to go. It's awesome. And I'm in love with this stamp set. I'm going to start with, we're going to stamp the starfish, and we're going to stamp it in Versamark. We're going to emboss it and then cut it. So I just find it for my classes a little difficult to, I usually have a template and then we put it on the Stamparatus. Stamparatus? Yeah. But anyways, it's a little hard to emboss like that. So I am going to just have everybody stamp it, emboss it, and then cut it out. So I'm going to do that for you too. Let me just get rid of a few things here. And I have this preheated, so I'm hoping that it will heat quickly for me. I do see just a bit of extra. Might just be a tear in my paper. I'm not sure. I did have tape on it. All right, one thing, I'm using the clear embossing powder, and one thing you can't do is apply too much heat because it will sink right into the paper. In fact, I think I heated this one a little much, and you can see it's not real shiny right here, and I want it to stay shiny. So, all right, let me just grab my little shot, and we're just going to cut this out real quick. And I just laid my die aside. Let's see if we can place this. We see two curved here, so I'm assuming that matches up with the two curved there. I'm going to just grab a piece of my Post-it note tape and just hold that in place so it doesn't scoot on me. And I am incorrect. It didn't line up, but this one does. Okay. I'm missing a tip on that one. Ah, I am. Hold on one second. Too much or too little, right? That was too little. It was not shiny. Okay, let's see. That should be good. I just want to mention the white plate is the one you're supposed to use for cutting, but I have found that the light gray, it cuts easier and it actually cuts just fine. It's for embossing, but it actually works better. You can slide everything through a little bit easier, and it still cuts just as well. So there's our cute little starfish. All right, so we will get that out of the way. All right, the next thing that I want to do is we're just going to sort of see how these papers, whoops, I just lost my sand dollar. Okay, got something on it. All right, so we have all of our pieces here. We're going to use some of the designer paper that is in the suite as well. And I'm going to tear this piece, but I want to stamp it first so that I make sure that I don't tear it shorter than I need it. So I have set my saying up on my Stamparatus. Excuse me. And I'm going to just put that in place. And I'm going to ink this with Early Espresso. I'm going to flip this magnet on here because I know that I want this nice and dark, and that's the reason I'm doing it on here. Sometimes when you stamp on designer paper, you don't get quite as much ink. It's not like our smooth cardstock. It still looks good, and I probably don't even need to do that again. It looks so good. I think I'm going to not do that because I would just probably end up messing it up. All right, let me set that aside. All right, so while that dries, let's go ahead and start with, we have Summer Splash as our background, and I'm using Early Espresso as my first layer. So I'm going to put that in place. And then I am going to put this piece at the bottom. And this measures 3 7/8 by 3. Do I want the blue at the bottom? And the Early Espresso is our regular 4" by 5 1/4" layer. Okay. All right. So now just to get a little bit of torn look here, I'm going to go ahead and tear this, and I want it to be. Okay. I'm going to go do it this way. All right, so I want that to go there, but I want this edge to be white as well. So I am just going to tear up on this, just go across here, and just take a little bit more off. I have plenty, I think. And then we'll put that under here. So let's go ahead and add adhesive to this. I'm going to stick the top in place, but not the bottom. Okay, I'm going to keep the top loose like that. And then this one is just going to slide underneath until I like how it looks. And I don't want a ton of that blue because it's not my favorite part of this paper, but enough of it will look cool. Okay, so I'm going to cover up more of the blue. All right, so you can use this piece inside if you want to. It's hard to throw this designer paper away because it is so beautiful. All right, so the next thing that we need to do, it's not a lot, but I will tell you, I want to pop dimensionals on this because I want the sand dollar to stand out. And so let me just peel these off as I go because otherwise it feels like it takes me forever on screen to get these off. And I'm going to put one more on top of the center one just to double that, okay? And we'll pop that one here. Actually, I'm going to put it like that. And I'm going to just add a little bit of this glue. Again, I don't have my glue bottle in here, so I'm just going to dab in a few spots that are a little bit bigger. And then I can tuck that just under the edge of here before I press that down. All right, and then I'm going to just pop a dimensional in the center of this one. I'm going to hold that in place for a few seconds. I'll just put a baby dimensional in there. You can put some out here at the edge too if you want to, but I'm okay if, you know how they curl up, they spread their little fronds or whatever they're called, their legs. And then last but not least, I made a bow with my linen thread. And then I'm just going to put a gem or two on here. These are the Pretty Peacock and Petal Pink gems. And I don't think I want the peacock, I just want the petal pink. So to just pull out that gorgeous petal pink look. And let's see, I have 3 on there. Okay, there we go, all done. That was quick and easy, right? And so fun. Just, you know, it's got some raised look here. It's got the touch of embossing there. So lots going on, but really simple to put together. One more thing, I do have so many more stamps in this set that I think are cute. So I am going to just stamp a little starfish on the inside. And maybe a little bit of the sand. You know how I love these dots and I can't not use them. There we go. A little bit of sand. Okay. Very good. Let's go to the next one. This card we are using the beautiful Simply Xenia set again. Actually, we're using the paper that comes with the Simply Xenia set, the bundle. But I do want to just remind you that you won't find this in the catalog. This is an online exclusive, so make sure that you check that out online. You can still order it. You can order it through me or online when you place your order, but it's an item that's just not in a publication. And then we're also using the Drizzling Droplets again, which is another online exclusive. And the saying that I'm using is coming from Wonderful Thoughts, and I use the die, this die that coordinates with that. Each of the sayings has a special die that cuts it out. Okay, so let's start, and it's a fun fold. So it's not anything like real unusual, but it opens like that, just to add a little extra fun. So let's start by stamping that Drizzling Droplets in the background. And so both cards, last month and this month, I used it with the droplets coming down, but I saw an interesting use for it. If you do it with green or something like that coming up, it could be grasses in the background and that type of thing. So it's just such a cool background that I can't stop using it, as you noticed. Okay, let me grab my folded card. Let's see, I want this to go this way. So I'm going to make sure I bring it down from the top a little bit because I want those droplets to go the whole way up to the top. So we'll just put a piece of scrap paper on here and just rub this really good. And then voila, there we go. How quick is that, right? All right, let's go ahead and work on our fold. So the rest of the pieces that I have here, this piece is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I've scored it at 2 inches because 2 inches, this is the 2 inch here. Did I say 2 1/2? 2 inches. And then under here will be 3/4 of an inch to tuck, okay? And I did want to stamp the inside. Let's grab this cool flower. We'll do it on the back of here. And we'll just do it in purple. And we can just add that to the bottom here. No naked envelopes, no naked insides of your card, right? So this is a congratulation. And this could be a wedding card. And there's a saying in here that says, if I get the right one, Okay. Let me put that on here. Just peel this one off. You'd think I don't have 1,000 blocks sitting out on my table. This is only the beginning of a lifetime filled with love. So this is going to be a wedding card. But you can make yours whatever you want. Okay, so now we can go ahead and get that ready to glue on the inside. Now, I am going to put a little extra adhesive here. It's running off the edge of my thing. Because on this edge, I want to make sure that this piece sticks to it. Okay. Now, this is a little tricky, as fun folds can be, right? So I'm going to line up the left side, make sure that the edges look right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive just on this spine here. And this fold that I made, the 2-inch fold, is going to go right on the edge of your purple card. Okay, so I'm going to just line that up. It doesn't have to be particularly right on the edge. I have mine so you can see a little bit of the purple showing. All right, so now that's going to fold over the front, and it's a little bit, because I have it in a hair, I'm going to have to trim this edge off just a little bit. Just a hair. So that that folds and stays nicely. Okay? So you should put it clear to the edge. Let's just clarify that. All right. So let's go ahead and put our black piece in place. I don't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. Let me see if I have an adhesive eraser in here. Not seeing one. See if I can get that off of there. Okay. I want to put my adhesive on this piece because this piece is the only place it's going to stick is right here. Okay, so I'm going to come down the inside of this and then a little bit here. Okay, now we can center this, and I want it centered on my card completely, so I'm going to just look here and see if I can get that nice and centered. Okay, now I can press that down. All right, now my designer paper, I am using a different sheet than my sample, and I want to show you. I want you to tell me which you like best. Okay, it's so hard for me to know. They're both so pretty, so this will go on here yet. So which do you like, the white background or the completely colored background? I'm inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to put this one on here. All right. I haven't cut them for class yet, and class is tonight, so I need to get my rearing gear. All right. We'll put our saying, our congratulations, on our tag here. And see if I can keep my head out of the camera. Table is very squeaky today. All right, let's get some dimensionals on there. I'm out of big dimensionals, so I will use these little pieces. And that reminds me, good, I don't want to put it clear to the edge because, as you can see here, it goes off of the card a little bit, or off of the tag a little bit. So I don't want to put that over too far. All right, we are almost done with this. We have some gems to add, and I am so happy that these are back in stock. These came out with the Xenia Suite, and I'm telling you, they went like hotcakes and were sold out for a while. But really happy that they're back. Aren't they gorgeous? They're called Adhesive Beck Shiny Sequins. And we're going to throw a couple of those on here. Let's do the pink one. It might not show up as good as some of the others might. And let's do a green one. Whoops, it didn't stick. There we go. So all done. Again, let me know if you like white background or colored background, okay? Yay. All right. Don't forget, these are the class projects for this month. If you were unable to make it to a class in person, which while this is playing for you, I'm having my Chambersburg class, and then the following day, I'm having my class at my house. So most likely, if you didn't already know about this class, you will not get to come. But you can get all 4 of these projects in a packet sent to you when you place an online order, excuse me, of $50 or more. Okay, so you can get all of those. And what else did I want to tell you? Door prizes. I have a few giveaways. Let me just show you what they are. Okay, so I need you to let me know if you would like the shiny gems in pastel colors. They're called Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems, or the red rhinestones with red flowers. They're red die cut flowers. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you like either of those or both of those. Also, as I reminded last week, it's really helpful when you guys share this, let people know that you enjoy my videos, if they're helpful for you. Your comments mean a lot to me. And then, of course, sharing and letting other people know means even more. So thank you for joining me tonight.